Hey, babe, come tell Holly about your day, babe. You know I want to hear all about it. Okay, we need a retwist, but let's not worry about that. Let's gloss these lips. Ooh, gloss these lips up. And let's talk about some real hot topics really quick. Okay, starting off kind of, well, look, we got Drewski, a nurse giving out fake Ozempic. The tenderism versus TikTok versus Keith Lee. Boom. And that Pooh Shiesty and Gucci situation. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. We might forget about it. Wink, wink. Like, not Pooh Shiesty. First day out, first day out. No, you done went and kidnapped. Okay, boom. Let's just go ahead and start with Drewski. Drewski is very good when it comes to these skits. We give him that. We give him that. However, the thing about comedy is when you touch on topics that you're not supposed to laugh at or things like that and you make them hilarious. That church skit, it was funny. That outfit, they ended up finding a pastor who had that outfit on, and I said, oh, ended up finding another pastor that was also suspended in the air like how Drewski was doing. So again, it's just like, y'all remember when he did that NASCAR or whatever, like that whole, and certain people was mad, but it's like, it's some truth to it. I don't know. Like, I think Hit Dogs Holler, so people who didn't like how that made them feel because they know they be doing that stuff and flexing the church money and all this stuff, like, yeah, you felt some kind of way. Clearly. But get over it. In my opinion, I do think black churches are, because just look at look at the black church. Okay, moving on. Okay, so the nurse giving out fake Ozempic. She gave it to 3 people. That we know of. That's why she in court and stuff right now. I don't know exactly how she got caught yet or anything like that. Like, somebody was funny, they was just like, the people wasn't losing weight. That's why somebody snitched. I'm not sure. However, you're giving out a fake drug because it was missing the key ingredient that Ozempic has to help you lose the weight. Right? So she's charged with 1 count of distributing misbrand drugs and 3 counts of dispensing counterfeit drugs. Each count is punishable up to a year in federal prison. I don't know sometimes why people want to play with Fed time, but she's definitely going down with that because you got caught. So now it's just how much time your lawyer gonna get you. I wonder how much she had these people pay her, because I hope she saved up for good money. Like, did we not learn nothing when they was making these house calls and hotel calls and back alley calls for the booty and fix a flat and all that? Certain things you're gonna get caught. Don't try and cheat the government. You watching this, you're gonna get caught. Whatever scam you're thinking about trying to do with your buddies, don't do it. It's not for us. All right. Tenderism. Okay, so y'all know the with the meat fall off the bone, throw the glasses and all that. The restaurant gained notoriety because whoever started recording him doing that, it blew up on TikTok, right? And everybody assumed, when you assume, what happens? Right. Okay, so everybody just assumed that was Unc restaurant, right? Nah. All right, fast forward. Unc getting too much clout up off of it. So the owner come make his presence known, because why not? Also, keep in mind, before Unc came, this used to be a regular coffee shop. You understand what I'm saying? It was Unc that came in there with, and juiced it up. So it then was a coffee and barbecue spot, and then made it into just the barbecue spot, right? Okay. Now, also with that being said, that means you clearly, and I think he Armenian, but it's like 3 categories for me, for real. But anyway, so y'all know the Keith Lee effect. Keith Lee effect is basically, he's going to bring you business. That's the whole point. Like, when he goes to a restaurant, it's gonna bring business or attention, good or bad. Like, you understand? Like, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, but again, it was like that one lady who gave out, like, that was like, he gave money to, and she was supposed to have went ahead and gave food out and all that, but she really did shut down for the day. Okay. Or that one restaurant, he sent his wife and somebody else in, and they mistreated him, and he came in and was like, nah, because he realized, like, him putting his name on, he don't get, like, the Keith Lee effect. All right, so boom. He went to the restaurant, realized the meat really wasn't falling off the bone. It was cut to make to fall off the bone. All right. And he basically rated it a 6. Like, it wasn't that high of a rating. And he also was trying to find Unc the tip Unc. But, oh boy, was like, this everybody, blah, blah, blah. Now, I have worked in a lot of different fields, okay? And one thing about it, when somebody looks for one person in particular to give that tip to, baby, that tip is yours. That's your tip. That's your tip. Like, what? And how you gonna tell me who I want to tip? And I have been at restaurants before where, like, the cook really, like, did his big one, and whoever was like, nah, like, where the cook at? Bring the cook out. I want to put this in the cook hand. Because also, if you ever worked a restaurant, you know how shaky the tips can get. People like you will be banking on your tips, and that $4,000 tip, are you serious? You got in the way of his blessing. That $4,000 tip that you got in the way of, that wasn't in the restaurant. Like, come on, like, as big as this restaurant is, and I'm sure how I've seen the prices for one loaded macaroni, like a side, was $25. Come on now. So what I'm saying is, you block more of your own blessings by denying him that blessing. But whatever. And I've also talked about this before on my TikTok, where I have worked in a restaurant business where it was us that was, the face of it, but we ain't front the money. It was, but he went back the owner sent him back to his hometown on tenderness and back to his hometown or whatever, but it looked very much sketchy. Like, I couldn't tell if it was real. Even how Unc be, anytime, like, all beforehand when Unc was getting on camera and stuff, he had like a sort of light in his eyes, light by himself. Now he looks like a child that has gotten scolded or gotten in trouble. How he sits there and or stands there whenever this man and him are now on camera. I know that man done told him to, like, tone it down or whatever. Like, it was another clip even where he was just like, when I met him, he ain't had nothing. What is that? I don't like shit like that. Like, people, sometimes people feel like they give people certain stuff, but if that was the case, go do it 10 more times and see what happens. Right. All right. But we're going to go ahead and get off that, because I can go on for days about that whole situation. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. Keyshia Cole, why you ain't help this? I thought it's giving you ain't want him to come back to the house. It's giving you thought you had a clean break. That's what it's giving, boo. Because how was he able to nab Gucci Mane, take his wedding ring, and hold him at pew pew point? Allegedly. How is that possible? I know when people want certain stuff done, and clearly he went about it himself, and when he did it himself, and he got up out of the Gucci Mane contract. Because listen, y'all, when First Day Out, I've only listened to it one time. That song is so long, I don't even want to like memorize it for real. Like it's cool, but nah, I was wondering like, I know he signed with Gucci Mane, so I wonder how this gonna like work out or whatever. And I'm like, because people that sign with Gucci Mane, life expectancy not so good. But I'm not sure if I don't know. I just know Pooh Shiesty wanted up out his contract, so that's why he had got the Gucci Mane, was doing all that, got Gucci Mane to sign some paper letting them out, and then it was like a statement or something that was just like, that was like, no, none of that happened, but he is released from the record label, Well, of course, Gucci Mane wouldn't say nothing happened. Like, why? But also made me think about that one Gucci Mane song where he's like, I got my lit back in 1990s. So, you gonna retaliate? You not gonna retaliate? You and Keyshia really gonna just... And think about it, like, even she ain't say nothing. Like, why she ain't say nothing? Because on that Breakfast Club interview, you was doing a lot of talking for Gucci. Okay. So, and Gucci Mane is like one of my favorite rappers, like him and Webbie. So for Gucci Mane to, Jesus, this gotta be clone Gucci, because Ice Cream Gucci would have never. My bad. All right, but allegedly, I don't know. I don't want no smoke. Don't let this be the one that blow up. Literally and figuratively. But yeah, no, okay, y'all. So that was really the only topics. Unfortunately, speaking of that and, not trying to make light of the situation, we do have a lot of pew pew violence going on. Cut it out. Like, I don't know. I just knew that was gonna happen once we became, open carry. But yeah, so y'all in the Drewski thing. Also, go watch Gemstones. Gemstones are palm colored people, and they basically, like the Joel Osteens and stuff like that, they make fun of them. It's a hilarious skit, and I've never seen people in an uproar how they be in an uproar when Drewski do. And it's some people that do their skits like just based off the church. Like, I forgot. The one, like, he be wearing a bun and like all kind of, like, he'll play. Listen, him and Kevin on stage, like, y'all mad because y'all caught up. Like, it was even one preacher cussing in the pulpit. Excuse me? That's not too holy. Let me know if y'all want to update next time about the nurse on giving out fake Ozempic. We can talk about that. And yeah. Thank you, guys. Make sure y'all have a good day and get some sun and do something for you today. If you're out there, let me hear you say, yeah, 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 yeah. This one's for the lovers. If you're out there, let me hear you say, yeah, 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 yeah. This one's for the lovers. If you're out there.